Hey y'all, so I've been pushing this off for a very long time. Um, just not knowing what to say and how to come on here and really share like what I've been experiencing and what's been transpiring in my life. So 90 days to this day. Today is November 30th. 90 days ago, September 1st, I received a prophecy that I was going to be moving in 90 days. hmm Did I have any money saved? No. Was my credit right? No. Nothing. Nothing. I was completely unqualified. Completely unqualified, y'all. But I received the prophecy and I said, you know what? I'm going to grab hold to this prophecy because I've been trying to move out of this place for years and I've been unable to do so. So I say, you know what? Even though I don't have anything, I have nothing saved, I'm unqualified, I'm going to hold on to this prophecy and I'm not going to renew my lease. So I didn't renew my lease. Remember, y'all, this is in September. So September, I did not renew my lease. Um, and as the days went by, I'm just like, okay, God, okay, I wasn't able to. So I was unable to really like find out how much money I was going to be spending or anything like that. I had to wait until the middle of October to figure out like the budget and the zip codes and all that stuff. So the zip codes of the area that I wanted to live in so that I can go on these websites and sorry y'all the lighting. So I can go on these websites and really try to find a place. So the middle of October comes, I'm like, okay, this is the area that I want to live in. These areas are the nice, these zip codes are the nice areas. Like these have nice homes, nice condos, whatever. So I hit the ground running, y'all. And this was a Thursday. By Friday, y'all, I was broke down, crying, depressed, sad. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was expecting that I was going to find a place within like 3 days. And I did not. I was getting a lot of denials. I was getting, people were saying, oh, the place is no longer available. And I'm like, if the place is no longer available, why do y'all still have it up online? You know what I mean? I felt like it was like a money grab. Like I'm spending money that I don't have to apply for places and these places aren't even available. Like I started to get really upset, like really like pissed off basically. I started to get really pissed off and I talked to my spiritual dad and I'm telling him like, I'm applying for these places, like what's going on? And he's like, daughter, like calm down. Like you're expecting to find a place within 3 days. Like you just found out, you just got your information, everything. Like just slow down, let God work. Like he already said, 90 days. So it's going to come to pass. Just like relax. And I worked, I relaxed for like 2 days. And then I was back to worrying. I was up all night, stressed out, looking at all these different websites, contacting all these people, encountering scammers and all this other stuff. And, I started to become like anxious. I started to become anxious and depressed. It was like a slow build, y'all. And I didn't realize what was happening until I was in this dark hole and I didn't realize like how far it had gotten. So I actually have everything written down in my little notebook. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all this information out on this video. If not, I would definitely come back on and do a part 2 or whatever. So the middle of October, I started applying for places. And we're going to title this like 90-day prophecy, you're moving. Like you're moving, period, point blank, 90-day prophecy. I got my prophecy September 1st, y'all. And the instructions were to just get ready. So, I was applying for places. I was moving. I was, moving and shaking, preparing my mind to move. And keep in mind, y'all, my lease ends November 30th, which is today. Which is today. I was just reminded that God is an 11th hour God. He moves on his own time and not what we're expecting him to do, not when we're expecting him to move. He don't work like that. So I applied for this place, and it was a really nice place, y'all. And the woman's like, oh, another thing. She's like, oh, this, is no longer available. Like I have someone renting out the unit. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, why is it still online if you have somebody renting out the unit? And she's like, oh, my nephew, he has a place in the area and he has an opening. But at this point, I'm like, whatever. Like, I was just upset, and I'm like, you're a scammer. Like, I'm not listening to this. Like, I'm not even about to like entertain this. So right after that, her nephew had reached out to me. This was October 27th. He had reached out to me, and I ignored him on the 27th and the 28th and the 29th and the 30th. I had ignored him. He was calling me, texting me like, hey, Rihanna, are you interested? My aunt, let me know about you and such and such, such and such. And I ignored it, y'all, because at this point I was so frustrated. Like, and I felt like people were playing with me, because they really were playing with me. A lot of people were playing with me. So at this point, I was like low key ready to like give up. You know what I mean? So as I'm ignoring him, mind y'all, the places that they had were in the middle of the area, where I literally smack dab in the middle of where I wanted to be. Just keep that in mind, okay? So, I started to get all these, emails and texts and all this stuff about places that were available, but these places were in the opposite direction of where I wanted to live. But these places like had all these incentives and benefits and all that stuff. Oh, moving, you only got to pay like $500 and da da da. Now I told y'all at the beginning that I ain't had no money to move. You feel me? No money to move. Like, so to me, I'm like, bet, $500, like, let's go. If the place is nice. So y'all, I went to go look at this place. Now these were my non-negotiables. I wanted at least a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, wash and dry and hookup, patio or a backyard. I didn't want no popcorn ceiling and texture walls like how it is right here. I didn't want none of that. Like, I wanted a really nice, upscale place. I wanted to give all of that, So keep that in mind. So I went to go look at a place, and it was in the complete opposite direction of where I wanted to be. And as I'm driving up, I'm passing by all these cemeteries, and so I just heard death, like from the Holy Spirit. I heard death. And I'm like, okay, I'm driving to this place. Like, I'm already feeling like I'm out of the will of God. But I'm like, you know what? He say, faith without works is dead. So let me just go check it out. Let me see. And so I'm looking at the place, and I'm like, it is not giving nothing. It's supposed to be a gated community, y'all. The gate was toe up. The gate was toe up. Wasn't nobody in the little box in the front, nothing. It was toe up, raggedy as I'm pulling in. I'm like, okay, this is the hood. I'm already in the hood. I don't want to be in the hood no more. Nothing against the hood, but I don't want to be in the hood. You know what I mean? I want to be in a place that's nice, that I could feel comfortable in, that I could really have like peace, and a different level of joy, and a different level of like just peace within my mind. You know what I mean? So I'm pulling in, and I go and look at the place, and I'm not feeling it, but I'm considering it, but I'm not feeling it. And they're texting me, the landlord, and it's like, do you like the place? Let me know. If not, I have somebody else move in. Da, da, da. They were like quick and on it. And I'm like, okay, let me go look at this other place that this lady was like hounding me down about. Now y'all get this. It's a mobile home. Yes, I said mobile home. I was considering a mobile home, y'all. So the mobile home was online. The pictures looked real nice, and it had all these incentives, all these incentives. Oh, moving, you only got to pay $500. We're waiving this, we're waiving that, da da da. And I'm like, okay, bet, it sounds good. So y'all, I went to go look at the mobile home. The mobile home is the size of my living room. It's the size of the living room that I'm in right now. Now, why would I move to a place that's the size of my living room? The whole point of me moving is to be in a better position, a better place for me and my children. And I'm telling the woman that, and she's steadily saying like, oh, it's people who live here with kids and they make it work. And we even went to go tour somebody's house, and I'm like, okay, this is nice, but they were on top of each other. And I'm telling her like, no, this is not what I want. This is not what I planned. This is not what God has for me. Like, this is not what God has for me. God is not going to take me from this place that I'm in and put me in a worse place. Like, he don't work like that. You know what I mean?